can you believe we have made it to Friday? Finally. It's been a week.
I'm in the mood to dance.
Oh my
I
goodness.
want to dance. I want to move my body. I want to, you know what I mean? I just want to, I feel like we've been carrying so much. We've been carrying so much. And also, fun fact, moving your body is a way to, especially dancing, something about, we store our hips, we store our trauma, especially women, in our hips. So if you want to go dance or whatever, it's a great way to release some of this stress. And
I was about to say something very R-rated, and I remember this is a family-friendly show.
You cannot say those things.
I cannot say those things, especially on a Friday morning.
On a Friday morning, yes, but I do hear you. I do see where your train of thought is going. Of course, that's an option, but not always needed.
Not always
needed.
We are good children.
We are very, very good children. Anyways, how have you been? My sister from another mother. Mister, yes.
I've been good. I've just been a little, I don't know. I've been happy, guys.
You gotta tell us now the tea. Why are you happy?
I told Ida the tea yesterday already.
Oh, already on Small
on
Coffee?
STC. But
oh my word! Oh my word! Yeah, I love that for you. I love that for you. I love that for you because God knows.
I don't know if it's winter or
we've been through it.
Maybe I'm joking. Maybe I'm lying. Who knows? I'm a great actress.
You can never know.
I'm a great actress. You see how my face just switched up?
Yes.
I went from to who knows? You know? Never believe everything you see on social media. Social media is a lie. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a lie.
Yeah.
Because I do want to believe that they really wake up at 4 a.m., this fitness influencers, and then they have that whole routine. I really want to believe.
At 4 a.m. You know, there's a girl on YouTube, a lady rather, on YouTube, who goes around exposing all of these influencers.
Serious?
Yes.
Give me the name.
She started with the trad wives, your Nara Smiths, your, I don't know.
That's also impossible. Like, I saw the Nara Smith videos and I was like, how does she have time to quickly,
And you have a newborn, hey? You
Exactly.
have a newborn baby. So it was the trad wives, and then she also started exposing these fitfluencers because, and those, you know, those women that make these incredibly huge lunch boxes for their kids, and people ask in the comments, like, is your child a construction worker or what?
How can they eat all, and I know my niece, I even have to, you know, finish your food.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes. So she was just exposing and saying that most of these women or most of these fitfluencers, they claim to wake up, even these self-care girlies, they claim I wake up at 7 and I journal and then I watch.
Yes.
And then there was one that she was exposing who was saying her watch in every video exposes her. So she puts a timestamp to say it's 6 a.m., but her watch is saying it's 10. You know, so if you're gonna lie,
you just created a content. It's not honest. It's not like you woke up literally at 6 a.m. Because also, I just find it unrealistic. How can you set up the camera, the lighting, do your morning routine, move to another angle, and then by 5 minutes, you've done brushing your teeth. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just...
Some of these things are very unrealistic. So that's why we always say, we preach here and Smell the Coffee, don't believe everything you see on social media. Don't let social media make you feel bad because A, you don't have certain things, B, you don't look a certain way, C, you don't do things a certain way. Because most of these things are a lie, they're fabricated. I saw a video, it was a reel of this doctor, he's a plastic surgeon, and then he was like me after I just, He doesn't know it yet, but he's about to, He doesn't know it yet, but he just performed, he's going to perform a surgery, a BBL, on an influencer who's going to credit it, who's going to credit it to working out and fitness in the gym. I was like,
thank you. Yeah. Thank you. And then these girlies go into the gym thinking that they need to get results like this because fitness influencer who got it in, you know what I mean? Those before and afters as well, guys, be careful of those.
Yeah.
It's not within the time frames that some of them put, it's not as realistic.
It's not as realistic, number one. Number two, you have to remember there's BBLs. Number three, you have to remember there's editing apps. Number four, there's angles. You just gotta know your angles. If you arch a certain way, then your body's gonna look a certain way. So all of these things that you see on social media, all of these celebrities that you see, they don't even look like that in person. Just a reminder. So don't put so much pressure on yourself. Take it easy on yourself. You are a real human being.
Exactly.
Instead of
some days you might not be able to do the whole morning routine.
Yes.
Guys, it's not. I mean, when I'm on my cycle, I don't have time for anything. I wonder how they do this 24/7.
Exactly. So you have to remember that everything that you see is not always accurate. Give yourself some grace, extend some grace to yourself. And then, of course, when you do that, be mindful, be grateful that you even have this body that can work for you.
Exactly.
Sure, it may not look exactly like how you want it to, but it performs the way it's supposed to. So be grateful for every little detail. On that note, we will be right back with our top stories, starting off with Chris Brown and then, of course, getting into the heaviest stuff with Diddy and Cassie. Stick around.
Welcome to My.NA Cars, your ultimate destination for everything automotive.
I am your host, Diana Master. Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Discover the latest models, innovative technologies, and expert insights from our passionate hosts. Learn essential maintenance tips and get exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the automotive industry. Don't miss My.NA Cars on NTV every Thursday at 2100 hours. Tune in and ignite your passion for automobiles.
Chris Breezy is in trouble once again. US singer Chris Brown has been arrested in the UK in connection with the bottle attack at a London nightclub in 2023. Brown was arrested at a hotel in Manchester in the early hours of Thursday and held in suspicion of causing grievous bodily harm to music producer Abe Gyal at the Tape nightclub in Mayfair. The Sun said it became aware of Brown's presence in the UK on Wednesday, at which point it alerted the Met Police. The Met said a 36-year-old man remains in custody. Representatives for Brown have been approached for comment. A Met spokesperson told BBC News a 36-year-old man was arrested at a hotel in Manchester shortly after 2 a.m. on Thursday, 15th of May, on suspicion of grievous bodily harm. He has been taken into custody, where he remains. The arrest relates to an incident at a venue in Hanover Square on the 19th of February 2023. The investigation is being led by detectives from the Central West Area Basic Command Unit. Now, the Sun said Met Police officers travelled to Manchester after the newspaper learned the singer had flown to the UK via private jet and asked officers whether Brown was under arrest. Speaking to a newspaper in 2023, Mr. Gyal claimed Brown hit him over the head with a bottle before punching and kicking him as he lay on the floor. He said his knee collapsed and he was taken to a hospital and needed crutches to walk when he was discharged. R&B singer Brown rose to fame 2 decades ago and is known for hits such as Beautiful People, No Air, Under the Influence, Run It, and Turn Up the Music. He is currently on tour and scheduled to play several shows in the UK in June and in July.
Whoa. Yeah, that was I didn't know the extent of the assault. But also kind of bold of you to just yeah, I did this thing in this country. And
I'm just going to go back. They probably forgot,
Yeah, I think it doesn't fly.
But imagine going for tour and then boom.
Not exactly, boom.
That happened to Nicki Minaj as well, I think. Who was it that went to the UK for a performance? And then they were detained.
Do they forget the things that they did here?
No, I don't think Nicki was actually arrested. I think she was detained on suspicion of something else. I speak under correction, but if you Google the story, you will find it.
But for me, did he not know that he had a warrant of arrest in the country?
But also,
you messed up when you were there last time you were there, and now you're like, okay, I'm gonna just have a world tour, and I'm gonna have a stop in London.
But someone was saying that Chris Brown is one of God's favorites. Let me tell you why.
I have to also say,
they said, of course, he's extremely talented. He's a great dancer. He's a great musician. He's a great singer. All of these things. The fact that he assaulted Rihanna and somehow was still able to come back.
Can we also talk about that, guys? Can we talk about that? What was that? The fact that he came back, had a good career, not only just, he didn't come back funny things, you know what I mean? He has an actually good career. My friend went to the
South African show,
Yeah, she also got me a ticket, and I was just, anyways, long story short, I was just like, I'll sit this one out. But she talked about how it was literally one of those, it was a worthwhile experience. Because they were so professional, the whole experience was just, yeah, the man can have a whole career and
After having such a crazy experience. So now we just know that that's just how he is. He's just violent in nature.
But what is it? What is it that, especially now that we are hearing so many rumors about Hollywood? Like, do you get what I'm saying?
Therapy, guys. Hollywood is
therapy.
the bits.
Is like Hollywood sounds like a place where you go in there and you must have like a really strong
You
support
you must be strong with your prayers. You must be strong with your therapist.
You must be strong with
everything.
everything. And you must maybe not even ever touch drugs. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
But then the thing is, when these big people that are signing you are telling you to do these drugs,
that's also the thing. You're being pressurized.
You're
you
being
need
pressured.
to keep up with the image. This is the image of what we're trying to sell. You know what I mean?
I genuinely believe Hollywood is as toxic as it gets.
Honestly speaking, like I'm having, you know, we have a thing in Herero where we say, "Mabinjipe Muma," like it's giving me the, it's really, not even goosebumps. It's more like nightmare. Like this is what?
Yeah. Let's get into the actual
Now
nightmare.
getting into another
story.
nightmare. Speaking of Hollywood, Cassie is, well, she's continuing with her cross-examination. And on Thursday, Cassie Ventura detailed in the federal sex trafficking and racketeering trial against hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs, their group's sexual encounters, the extent of their drug use, and her own feelings towards Combs. Now, Thursday marked the fourth day of the New York trial against Combs. Ventura continued her testimony in which she has alleged a pattern of sexual coercion, drugging, and physical abuse. Now, Combs faces three main charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and transportation for prostitution. Now, Combs' defense denies he has committed these crimes. One of Combs' defense attorneys, Ana Estavo, tried to establish that there was a loving relationship between the pair and that Ventura anticipated and planned some of the freak-offs. Ventura has described these events as ones in which Combs instructed Ventura to take various drugs and hired male prostitute for her to have sex with while he watched. Now, the defense relied on text messages between the pair of Ventura saying she can't wait either for the freak-offs, she's always ready to have the freak-offs, and that she enjoys them when we both want it. The text also referenced Ventura picking rooms, supplies, and escorts. Ventura said the texts were just words. She said earlier in her testimony that she did sometimes initiate the acts out of fear and would do her best to do damage control. She would know when they were happening. She also said she loved him and tried to make him happy. Ventura said most of her time was spent having a freak-off or recovering from one. If she refused, Combs would become violent, Ventura has said. Now, she said on Thursday the freak-offs were like a job and she hated them, especially when Combs recorded them. Yes. Now, the defense questioned Ventura about Combs' state of mind during some of his violent episodes, but did not explicitly link the two. In opening statements, Combs' attorneys admitted Combs' wrongdoing in a 2016 video released last year by CNN. Combs is shown following Ventura down the hallway of a hotel, throwing her to the ground, kicking her, dragging, and hitting her. On Thursday, Ventura said the two used drugs extensively throughout their relationship, and Combs tried to get them to stop at several points, but never through a rehabilitation facility. She added he would often go through withdrawal symptoms such as irritability, but did not know whether he was inebriated during the incident shown on the hotel video. In opening statements earlier in the week, defense attorney Tene Gergos called this case of jealousy and infidelity. On Thursday, Estavo said Combs was often seeing various women, and Ventura often complained about not being the main girlfriend. Ventura said it bothered her that she and Combs were not public the first few years of their relationship, and that Combs was also still involved with Kim Porter, the mother to several of Combs' children. Now, this story is really, really heavy. I debated even doing it, but of course we have to inform our viewers, especially on
what's happening.
Yes,
but unfortunately, we actually don't have time to discuss this.
Exactly.
And even if we did, it's a very difficult conversation to navigate. You know. So we will get into an interview that is more lighthearted. Here's Martina talking about her journey to Miss Supranational. She's leaving a little bit of sparkle wherever she goes, and today we are so glad that that sparkle is with us in a studio. We have the one and the only fabulous Martina. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you, Diana, for having me.
No, thank you for joining us, and thank you for bringing, high fashion to the studio.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, so let's start with the excitement. All right, actually, before we get into that, just give our audience a brief introduction of who Martina is, what you do, and everything.
Okay. So, I am Martina Carney. I'm a stylist. I'm a fashion stylist, and I am also currently an in-house stylist for Miss and Mr. Supranational Namibia. And yeah, you already started the topic slowly but surely, but I am now in the final phase of preparing the candidates' wardrobe who are going to represent Namibia in Poland.
Okay, so how are things shaping up as we count down?
Ooh, it's not easy.
It's not easy?
It's not easy. There are very specific requirements for candidates' wardrobes for supranational in Poland, and it is like picking cherries from the amount of cake.
Oh,
yes,
I
it's
see.
like picking the cherries, like
Nitpicking,
exactly. And it is demanding. It's demanding on time. It's demanding on the team. It's demanding on the candidates, since they are literally going through whole persona change and transformation, and they are just trying to polish them to their best possibilities and abilities.
Okay, you spoke of the pressures. You spoke of the pressure that it has on the team, on the contestants, everything. What is it like working behind the scenes to prepare two national representatives for such a high-level international pageant?
Ooh. Speaking from my second time experience, it's really intensive work with the candidates. It's not only concentrating on their looks, and the compulsory garments they have to have with at the competition, but it's also creating their everyday wardrobe, because every day of the 3 weeks experience they make in Poland, they have to look the part.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So you have to prepare 3 weeks worth of clothing.
Yes, so we have to prepare literally for each day of the experience in Poland. We have to prepare at least 2 outfits which are going to be used then according to requirements what's happening on a day and where they go. Because the contestants, when they are in Poland, they actually, we call it experience there, because they are being engaged in a community, they are being engaged in a sponsors, they have very intense rehearsals, training the whole time. So it's a lot of commitments they have to put into their journey back then there, and we have to prepare them mentally, emotionally, physically. We are trying to install in them also kind of good eating habits, so they don't have breakouts, because the stress and completely different climate compared to winter climate, it can cause them different issues.
Oh my goodness. We never actually know how much goes into preparation.
No, we see the glam.
We see the glam when we're like, oh, it's just easy. They're just putting on clothes and they walk
They
around.
look like this.
They look like this. Oh my goodness. But behind the scenes, it's actually a lot more work.
Yes.
All right. So when you're working with public figures like this, how do you balance global trends with Namibian identity and flair?
I am trying as much as I can to keep on the clock of what's happening in the world. But of course, the core of my personal styling is always to concentrate and to considerate the personality of the person I'm styling.
Okay.
So what we need mostly for the event is high fashion. But of course, we can't just have everyday smoking on or a suit on. We have to have also high fashion items also for everyday use. So that's what we do. So it is a lot of talk to different people, because we know that pageantry is not as well sponsored in this country as it is in some other countries.
Yes.
Comparing, for example, to Asian countries where pageant is very popular and very well sponsored from community, and also we are very small community comparing to other countries. We have 3 million people, so it's not a big economical support comparing to countries with 40 and 50 million people.
Very true.
So it's a lot of convincing for
Yeah.
collaborations, for doing things in, okay, we can offer you a platform, international platform that you get seen, but we need you to assist us with certain things. So it's a lot of talk, it's a lot of money
Begging.
turning money, like, do we really need that or we rather need that? So
Okay.
it's very strict budgeting as well. So yeah, it's not easy to fly to Poland because we also know since we lost our national carrier, we relying on foreign planes and
Yes,
companies,
foreign
airlines. So yeah, it is.
It's challenging.
It's challenging. It's challenging.
To say the
It's
least.
challenging.
Because there's definitely a lot more.
Yeah.
Okay, so is there a key moment or reveal during their prep that you are especially proud of?
It's actually happening right now.
Okay.
The key moments, like with, for example, with Savannah Pereira, who is going to represent Namibia in Miss Supranational Namibia in Poland. You see the transformation from the 1st of February when the final was happening here in Namibia. In those 3 months, this girl just came out. She's not a girl anymore. She's a woman now.
Oh, wow.
It's really very interesting to see that transformation. It's giving me goosebumps.
I got goosebumps as you were speaking because she's blossomed, she's
Yes,
bloomed into the
yes.
flower that she's always been.
And we have finalized our looks for the compulsory wardrobe. So this is like, okay, now I can tick this off. Now we're going for the day wardrobe. So
Yes.
we have been collecting pieces for everyday wardrobe since the 1st of February.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yes.
Oh my goodness.
And shoes.
And everything.
And earrings.
Jewelry,
Yes,
everything. Oh
yes.
my goodness.
So now we are like literally finalizing the final combinations. Like you wear on this day that with these shoes, with these earrings. So like literally that's the planning of how it's happening.
Oh my goodness.
behind
Are you
the
going to
scenes.
travel with them?
I am going to fly with Savannah because Moloki is leaving only a week later.
Okay.
But nobody from the organization is allowed to stay when they are going through the experience in Poland through the
Okay.
camp. So since I'm from Slovakia, I am taking the advantage. I drop off Savannah in Krakow,
And then you
because
go.
on the 9th of June they have official welcoming at the airport, and then I take my suitcase and I go to see my parents.
Of course. Of course. Kill two birds with one stone.
Yes.
Why not?
Yeah, because it is also important for me to see my family,
Yeah.
even though it's going to be very short this time. It's going to be only 2 weeks. Usually I fly for a month or 6 weeks. So yeah, but at least I am going to see them, and then
Exactly.
I am very excited for the last week.
What's
of
happening in the last
June.
week?
The finals, all the final shows.
Speaking of the final shows, is there any particular trend or statement that we should look out for?
I actually want to see the reactions of Namibia when we reveal our national costume.
It's always a national costume. It is
Yes.
always the national
Yes.
costume.
And then I want to see you guys dropping your jaws when you see the evening gowns.
Oh, okay. So I do have to say, Martina, that the pressure is on now. The pressure is high.
Yes.
It's intense
Yes,
because
and-
also you've been preparing since Feb.
Yes.
So the
Yeah.
expectations are through the roof.
And you know what? What is the worst part? When during preparation, your heel, which is your performance heel, actually breaks.
That is a nightmare.
Yes.
That is a nightmare. Oh my goodness. Okay.
So we are trying to avoid all and cater for all the strategic
Yes,
plans.
yes. Backups on backups on backups.
Yes.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
literally like backups on backups and backups.
Oh, wow. All right. So for young Namibians dreaming of working in fashion or creative industries, what is your advice?
Work hard,
Okay.
be committed, show up, as Lisa says,
Yes.
and don't think that the world is just waiting for you.
Whoa.
You have to put a lot of work to be seen in the world. Because, yes, we are here and we are seen by Namibia. I also experienced it myself. I am always surprised that people recognize me when they see me shopping my groceries. But once you leave the borders of Namibia, there is whole another world of many people who are at least as good as you are. And we have many talented people.
Yes.
We have many extraordinary talented people in Namibia. I sometimes just get very upset that we don't support them enough. So it is for young creatives, please be committed, follow your dream, be there, be present, but also for our community, let us accept people who are creative, that their creativity is part of their job.
Yes.
They are not doing it for fun. They are doing it so they can put bread on their table. So I think it's a lot of work in our community still in Namibia, that we acknowledge that artists is actually a profession. It's not only something funny on the side.
It's not a side hustle.
No,
but it
it's
is
not.
actually
It
a
shouldn't be.
livelihood.
It shouldn't be, because we are not afraid, and we show our support to all the international stars like
Yes,
Beyonce
yes.
and I don't know, Angelina Jolie, and I don't know the newest generation because I'm too old for that.
Don't worry, it's fine. It's fine. There'll always be somebody coming
Yeah,
up.
there is always somebody who is like in the line to be.
Exactly.
So we spend also a lot of money to go and support their concerts, even if it is abroad, but we don't do that for our local artists, which is very sad, and it really is lying very deep in my soul that I want to always put that up there, that we have to commit to supporting them.
That is beautiful. Martina, thank you so very much. And again, all the best with your journey. I'm pretty sure you can't wait to sigh a sigh of relief when the finals are done.
See my parents.
See your parents.